welcome in. Thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure to have you guys listening. Today we're going to be talking about football. Um, Glad it's almost playoff time, and it's going to be really good playoffs. No Chiefs in the playoffs. It seems like it's wide open this year, man. It's looking good. It's going to be like a good playoffs. But yeah, man. Looking forward to it. But yeah, first and foremost, man, it's been a pleasure the last few years doing this podcast. I love doing it, talking football, talking faith, and talking wrestling as well. I love talking about all those things. And don't if you guys don't mind, like, subscribe, comment, um, so you guys can hear more. Because I am trying my best to give you guys good content and give you guys, you know, something to learn, especially from your faith. That's important, but just to, have fun talking about football and talking about wrestling. And also, in your faith, just learning. Just trying to remind you guys of how good Jesus is and how much He loves you. And that's what I'm trying to do. I made this podcast because I'm trying to inspire and lead people to Christ. That's why I started this. This is why I'm going to do it. There's many people joining in this. There's 1,000, 2,000, a million people joining right now. No. Am I okay with that? Yeah, I'm fine with that. Well, I love it. Love to have that? Yes. But it is okay. Because you know what? If one person joins in, you know what? That could be one person saved. But hey, yeah, man. But anyway, we're going to get into football. Because I know you guys love some football. You clicked on the video, so you definitely do. But yeah, man, it's been a great year of football, man. A lot of shockers, a lot of things that we didn't see happening. Like, man, Jacksonville looks good. Patriots are one of the top teams in the AFC. Seattle's being the Bears. The Bears, man. No one thought they would be that good. Bears are up there. Bears are in there, man. But yeah, it's looking good this year, man. No Chiefs. I mean, you still have the Eagles from last year, but the Chiefs seem like they're in there every year. It just seems like it's more wide open this year because of that, especially for the AFC. But yeah, man. Why we're doing this video, we're going to be talking about, we're going to be ranking the most dangerous teams in the playoffs. The whole playoffs, the AFC and the NFC. We're going to be doing it right now, man. So make sure you guys are ready. Uh, you know, comment all the comments. Give me your thoughts of what you guys think of this list when we get it done. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun playoffs. First and foremost, let's talk about the game last night between the Steelers and Ravens. There was only pretty much only three important games. We had Tampa and Carolina, which Tampa won, but my Saints lost, so the Panthers are still in the playoffs. I hate when playoffs are like that. I hate when teams have to get other teams to win for them to go in. I hate that. I hate that. You know, even though we lost, I'm glad Tampa is out of the playoffs. I like to see a new team in the Panthers. Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see new teams in the playoffs. I like Bryce Young. I like Bryce Young. He's not always consistent, but good dude, on and off the field, and I feel like he is. I feel like he's really talented. I feel like that. But yeah. Anyway, Tampa won that game. There's some questionable calls in that game, though. Panthers maybe should have won that game anyway. But also, why would the Panthers do a flea flicker? I don't understand that. That is the play that cost them the game. The flea flicker that ended up being a fumble. Because they decided to do a flea flicker in field goal range, by the way, in the rain. Rico Dowdle slipped. Like, you gotta blame the coaching on that one. You were in field goal range. Could, I believe, got closer. And guess what? You guys scored towards the end of the game. That could have been game right there. So, but it is what it is. Carolina's still in the playoffs, so sorry, Tampa. See ya. But, yeah. The other game, Seahawks, Niners. Man. Seahawks won that game. Seahawks look good, y'all. Their defense, man, is good. Really good. But yeah, Seahawks look good. They won 10-3. I know it's like, oh, that's a boring score. But if you watch that game, man, the Seahawks just couldn't give the Niners nothing. Didn't let them have anything. But yeah, it wasn't a great game. Well, it's fun to watch on the defensive side of the ball. But yeah. And then you had Steelers Ravens last night. Was a pretty good game. Man, Lamar Jackson made some pretty big plays. That big pass to Zay Flowers was really big. But man, I knew it was over. I knew it was over when the Ravens gave Aaron Rodgers 2 minutes to score. I knew it was over when they gave Aaron Rodgers 2 minutes to score. Now, I was worried. I was concerned when Boswell missed that extra point. I was like, oh no. Now that the Ravens can win the game. How about that? But Tyler Luke missed a field goal. My condolences, Ravens fans. It stinks. I know it sucks. As a Saints fan, I've seen a lot of heartbreaking things happen. The no call against the Rams, which could have been the year we won the Super Bowl. The Minneapolis Miracle. Oh geez. Still haunts me to this day. When Stephon Diggs got that touchdown and Marcus Williams missed the tackle because he's a bum. I don't know where he's at in the league right now. But, oh well. But still. Yeah, that was heartbreaking. And the Beast Quake from Marshawn Lynch. That was. But yeah, there's a lot of things, and then Drew Brees' last game, and then he's stinking for years. But we got Tyler Shough now, y'all. We got Tyler Shough. But yeah, it's been a pretty good year. Steelers fans, man, y'all got it. Y'all got in. I think it's a lot of luck, but hey, a win's a win, right? You got all your points. Yeah. But I will say, in that last instance, because you could tell it was not the win. Boswell's missed kick was definitely the win, but the one Tyler Luke made, that was a complete miss because it went straight the other side. It went straight the other side. But it stinks. NFL kickers, man, it's tough. It's tough. You're taught to make one play, one kick. It's a game-winning kick, an extra point. You know, it stinks in the NFL. You know, sometimes being a kicker. So there's a lot of pressure on you in those moments. But yeah. Who knows? Were they Justin Tucker away from making the playoffs? What do you guys think? But anyway, let's get into this list that we have of the most dangerous teams in the playoffs. Just to let you guys know, like, who is in the playoffs. If you guys don't know, come on. But of course, we got Seattle as the 1 seed. I think then it's the Bears, the Eagles, then the Panthers, and I believe the Rams are in, Packers, and Niners. I think the Niners are a little bit higher, but yeah, that's who's in on the NFC side. Then you got AFC, you got Denver, you got Jacksonville, you got New England, you got Buffalo, Houston, Pittsburgh, and the Chargers. Those are the teams you have on the AFC and the NFC side. Those are teams in the playoffs. So here we go. We're gonna say which teams are the most dangerous. This is not who is winning it all. This is what I think the most dangerous team is looking at it right now. There's not saying these teams can make some changes. Maybe we can do some things different. When playoffs come, maybe some guys can come back that are healthy. But yeah, that's what the list is who do I see as the most dangerous teams in the NFL? Who are the most dangerous teams in the NFL in the playoffs? 14 teams on this list. The number 14 team on this list of the least dangerous team is the Chargers. I'm like, what? The Chargers? But hear me out on this. The Chargers don't fear me at all. The Chargers don't fear me at all. Look, I like Justin Herbert. He's a great quarterback. He's proven me wrong this year. Justin Herbert is not the problem in LA with the Chargers. He is not the problem on the Chargers. There was this play against the Texans. Goes into that new tight end they have. Dropped it wide open in his hands, and it's an interception. It was 2-minute drill too. And then the Chargers missed the field goal. I feel like if the Chargers made those plays, they would have won the game against the Texans. The Chargers don't fear me. Defense is okay. It's not dangerous, but it's scary. The Chargers do not scare me as a team in the playoffs. Herbert, Harbaugh, they got their thing. They could do their thing. There's a shot that they could. Don't get me wrong. There's not I believe that there's a chance they get there, especially with Harbaugh and a decent defense, and maybe some of the players can make some plays in big time moments. Can Herbert? I know Herbert can do it. The Chargers just need more supporting cast for Justin Herbert. The Chargers need to get something, a receiver. They got Hampton will be back. That could be nice for them, but we will see. But we'll see. I think they played the Patriots in the wild card round, if I'm not mistaken, on that one. But yeah. But really, the Chargers do not fear me as a team in the playoffs. And the number 13 team in the playoffs, most dangerous, the least dangerous is the Panthers. And this is why I have the Panthers at the second weakest. You know, like Chargers are the first, but hey, the Panthers have a good run game, have a good defense. They got the pieces that they could possibly do it. But in my opinion, if your record is 8-9 going into the playoffs, you're not one of the most dangerous teams. They are really inconsistent. The Carolina Panthers are really inconsistent. Look, I predicted before the season started that the Panthers will be in the playoffs. And it happened. Somehow. But the Panthers, they got something going with Rico Dowdle. They got something going with Juba. They got the good run game. Bryce Young has his moments. Bryce Young does have his moments. I like Bryce Young. I do. But I don't know. Can they do it? This is the first time they've been in the playoffs in a long while. And they're not dangerous to me because their record is 8-9. But they are second on this list because they could be an underdog sleeper team in the playoffs. Some teams look past them. It's happened a lot of times, man. It's happened a lot of times in the NFL where teams like overlook others. You know? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think Panthers do play the Rams, which the Panthers did beat the Rams last time, which is interesting. It is pretty interesting. But the number 12 most dangerous team in the NFL is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, realize that I picked the Steelers here just because of their track record. Just because of their track record. We all know once they get to that wild card round, they don't play great football. They don't. That's what the Steelers have been known for the past couple of years. You know, at the same time, the Steelers do give me a little bit of scare you more than those other teams just because of one person that could maybe change all of this, and that's Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, the last time he made the playoffs was with the Green Bay Packers a while back. I don't think he'll have any runs in the playoffs by any means. But Aaron Rodgers is the best chance the Steelers have had in a while of making it to the Super Bowl. I don't think it's anywhere out of the... I don't think that's a hot take to say that. Because when you have quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers, who I think has been the best quarterback they've had in a long while, then you guys got like Russ Wilson. You had Justin Fields, Kenny Pickett. Yeah. Kenny Pickett. Mason Rudolph. Guys like that. Like, come on. Like, that. But before those guys, they had Big Ben, who was a legend and a future Hall of Fame quarterback. Now they got Aaron Rodgers, who is the best quarterback they've had since then. So I do think that the Steelers do have a chance. But, man, They did get lucky against the Ravens. They did. You can't say they did. You can't say that. But hey, man, I will say, Calvin Austin, Calvin Austin for the Steelers had a heck of a route in that game-winning touchdown. Did y'all see that route? He cooked the corner. He absolutely cooked the corner. That was a crazy route. But I think the Steelers do have a chance. The only reason I put them higher than the other teams is because one man, Aaron Rodgers. But the next team, we're at 11, is the Green Bay Packers. I'm sorry to do this, but they don't scare me. They did maybe before, but man, the Packers defense does not look the same. It does not look the same when they had Parsons. Without Parsons, that defense is different. They didn't play too bad against the Bears, but the Ravens, man, they ran the ball all over the Packers with their starters. I'm not looking towards the game yesterday between the Vikings. They had their second string, third string players in. I'm not judging that, but still, you can't argue with what happened last week. Again, 2 weeks ago against the Ravens. They ran the ball all over the Packers, man. All over them. Like, yes, it's Derrick Henry. He's a great running back, but at the same time, 4 touchdowns, over 200 yards rushing in one game. Come on. But yeah, man, without Mika, if they had Mika, trust me, they would be a lot higher on this list. But, injuries happen. You gotta prepare for the worst. You gotta prepare for the worst in the NFL. But, I think that loss was big on them. That was a big loss for the Packers. But, and also, I feel like yesterday in yesterday's game, they should have played Jordan Love for at least a quarter. Because he hasn't played since he played against the Bears. And that was like 2-3 weeks ago. You want to get the quarterback's rust off before it goes into the playoffs. And that scares me. Because Jordan Love could be rusty. Yes, he's probably more healthy, less banged up, and not less hurt. But still, he's going to be a little bit rusty. He's going to be a little bit rusty. Yes, I'm sure he practiced, but a game and practicing are 2 different things. But I am worried that there could be a chance Jordan Love has a little bit of rust in the beginning of the game. I believe they do play the Bears divisional game. That's the team I would want to play against because they should have beat them 2 times. They should have beat them. They had the game won. The Bears just had a little bit of luck on the onside kick. But, yeah, the Packers, there's a lot of things. I think they have better receivers. They've got a lot of arsenal of receivers. They still don't have that big-time guy. They still don't have that big-time guy. Christian Watson has actually stepped into that role a little bit more. But this guy is never healthy. Never healthy. But he has been healthy now. Knock on wood. But we will see. But he's stepped up a little. He's been stepping up a little bit. But at 10, this is probably going to be a lot shocking to a lot of people. A lot of people. But the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots. Don't get me wrong, they are a good football team. They're a good football team. They are. Don't get me wrong on that one. But I will tell you that they have the weakest schedule. One of the weakest schedules. They only won, I believe, 2 games against teams with a winning record. That worries me for the Patriots. That worries me for the Patriots. Don't get me wrong, they're a good team. Drake May looks like the MVP. He really does. But man, that worries me a little bit. Worries me a little bit for the Patriots. I believe they will have their running backs back. Travion Henderson should be back. But their offensive line still needs some work. I believe. But they got the guys. They got a lot of good players on the team. I don't know what's going on with Stephon Diggs, if he's playing or what's going on with him. I haven't heard much. All I know is the thing happened that he got accused of something or strangling someone. But I don't know what's going to happen with him. They should have some guys back. But the thing with they only beat 2 teams with a winning record worries me. One of those teams will win the division. And Buffalo, like their divisional team, is playing twice a year. But yeah, Patriots at the 10. But at number 9, the 9th most dangerous team is the Philadelphia Eagles. Hear me out. They are the defending Super Bowl champions. They are the defending Super Bowl champions. They've done it. They've done it. You can't argue with that. They've been to the Super Bowl 2 times in the last 3 years, I believe. They've done it. They've done it. And the reason they're at 9 is because of that scary, scary defense. With Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter getting back into his routine, their defense is dangerous. The addition of Jalen Phillips helped that defense out so much. So much. But, look, I'm not a hater on Jalen Hurts. I'm not a hater on A.J. Brown. I'm not a hater on Devontae Smith. But when you tell me that you don't, I love Saquon Barkley here too. I forgot to. But when you can't get points in the second half, that worries me. Against teams that can score. Bears and Niners were like 40 points. Rams and Seahawks were in the 40s as well. Like, you're going to have to score. You're going to have to score against these teams. You're going to. Look, can they do it? Possibly. They got guys to do it, don't get me wrong. But they haven't done it. Is what I'm saying. It's, I don't know. Look, they've done it before, they can probably do it again. But that offense does worry me, scare me a little bit, that something could go wrong. Especially when they only give Saquon the ball in the second half with only 2 touches. 2. Just 2. That's baffling to me. We're all talking about they didn't give Derrick Henry the ball. Saquon Barkley is the best running back in the NFL. He hasn't had the best of seasons, but he hasn't had a bad year. He hasn't. You're telling me you only give him the ball twice? Twice. Come on. Come on. You, like Kevin Patullo, Nick Sirianni. Like, I could come up with hey, I should give the ball to Saquon Barkley. Come on. But, like, it does worry me because if you can't score in the second half, look, this is not a 2 quarters game, it's a 4-quarter game. And Jalen Hurts is one of the good quarterbacks in the NFL. He gets a lot of disrespect. And this is not Jalen Hurts. Fine long shot. This is not Jalen Hurts. He has been playing poorly. He has. You can't deny that. They got a little bit of luck against the Bills. Came at a 2-point conversion away of losing that game. But they still got that scary defense. And they have the track record. They can do it. We've seen it. But that offense is a big word. A big word. But the number 8 most dangerous team in the playoffs is the Houston Texans. Let me tell y'all, that defense, just like the Eagles, is dangerous. Dangerous. Will Anderson Jr., Danielle Hunter, both sides of the ball getting after quarterbacks. That defense is scary good. Scary good. There is not a lot of defenses in NFL history that are like this defense. This defense is just crazy. Crazy. That defense is legit. And the only reason I have the Texans at 8 is because of one thing. Their offense, just like the Eagles, man. Just like the Eagles. It seems like the Texans' offense can't get it together. Just like the Eagles, they have the tools. That offensive line is poor for the Texans. Poor. They're bad. But it seems like sometimes they can't pull it together. They can't pull it together. But C.J. Stroud has a good track record of being pretty good in the playoffs. He does. Come playoff time, C.J. Stroud can ball. C.J. Stroud can ball. Look, C.J. Stroud is one of my favorite guys in the NFL, mostly because of his faith. He shows that, respect that, 100%. But he's a good player on the field as well. Very good player on the field as well. Ohio State quarterback. Of course, he's one of Joey's favorite quarterbacks with Ohio State. Yeah. You're right. That's 100% true. But anyway, yeah, that offense seems like sometimes they can't get things together. And you do have to score points in order to win games. The defense can do the whole job, but in the playoffs, the game cannot be 0-0. Could the defense score points? It is possible, but it's more likely your offense needs to score. But that running game, Woody Marks has been balling a little bit. Could be maybe a little key into their Super Bowl push. But we will see. But yeah, number 8 is the most dangerous team. It is the Texans. Look, their defense. If their offense was a better offense, I might put them a little higher on the list. But their offense, it just sometimes they don't have things together. seventh most dangerous team in the playoffs is the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills. I know the team as a whole is poor. It's not really good. Their defense is struggling. The weapons are struggling. The receivers are struggling. But they're the seventh most dangerous team in the NFL because of only two players. That's James Cook and Josh Allen. Look, James Cook has been balling all season long. The Bills do have a good run game. They do have a good run game. Can the defense pull it together come this time? It's what are you doing? You know? Can the defense pull their act together? Is the question. Can the weapons help them out? They did get Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks balled out against the Eagles, by the way. But yeah, by a long shot. The defense struggling does worry me for the Bills. The supporting cast for the Bills. But don't get me wrong. You cannot bet against Josh Allen in the playoffs. You can't. Look, you can argue it, you can debate it, but I believe right now, this season alone, he is the best quarterback in the NFL. All time, it's Patrick, without a shadow of a doubt. But right now, this day and age, right in today, I believe it is Josh Allen. He's shown you that. Look, you can say Lamar, but he didn't make the playoffs. Yes, he was banged up, but hey, he didn't get the job done. So, Joe Burrow, also injured, but that team that also doesn't help him out a ton either. Jalen Hurts, you should put him in the conversation as well. I don't see him as better. He's beating these guys though, but I don't feel like he's the reason that they beat him, you know? I mean, the numbers don't lie, don't get me wrong, but Josh Allen, I believe, is the best right now. You can put Mahomes, but he is the best all time. Understand what I'm saying. But right now, this day, right now, is Josh Allen. Let me tell y'all, I feel in the past times the Bills have made a push to go to the Super Bowl. The only reason they have not made it into the Super Bowl is because of the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. That's why. That's why. In my opinion, I mean, it's not really an opinion because sometimes that's the only reason they've been missing the playoffs. And there's no Chiefs this year. Let me remind you. Josh Allen could make that push. He is that guy. He can make some boneheaded plays sometimes, but he can get it done also. But yeah, the number 6 most dangerous team in the NFL is the Chicago Bears. Look, there is no person on planet Earth that thought the Bears were going to make the playoffs before the season started. There's not a person, except for maybe the Bears fans. Shoot, the Bears fans may not even thought they would make it. Man, they shocked a lot of people one of the reasons they're the most dangerous team in the playoffs is because of that head coach, Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is a strong candidate for Coach of the Year. There's another candidate for Coach of the Year who's lower on this list. Who's next on this list, actually? Give you a hint. But the Bears, that head coach, yes, they found their guy at head coach. Caleb Williams has proved me wrong just a little bit, especially in that Packers game. I feel like he can get it. I feel like he can do it. That run game is dangerous. That run game is really dangerous. The offensive line has gotten so much better. So much better. They got DeAndre Swift, Kyle Monangai, the rookie out of Rutgers who's been balling this season. Angry run man. He run through people, man. Running through people. But yeah. Yeah, man. The only reason would worry me is that defense. The Bears' defense. They do get a lot of turnovers. They know how to get turnovers. But their defense as a whole is it's not really good. It's not really good. We saw with the Niners, they had a 30 points that they gave up. 30 points. Well, 28 because they got pick six. Still. I know it was a playoff team, but I feel like the Bears defense is a little overrated. They can get the interceptions. Or can they stop teams? That's the question for the Bears. But I feel like this is a very, very, very different Bears team than we're used to seeing. But we'll see. We'll see come playoffs. I believe they play the Packers. So, and the fifth most dangerous team in the NFL is the Jacksonville Jaguars. You saw me give a hint. This guy could also win Coach of the Year. Liam Cohen brought this team, a bum team, back into winning the division. Not only making it to playoffs, winning the division. And honestly, it was a pretty tough division this year. Colts, until the very end, struggled. But they started off hot. Texans, who got that scary defense. But hey, man, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they got it together. That defense, Josh Allen, has been so underratedly good. It's scary. It's crazy. That Jaguars defense is underratedly good. They got the guys on defense. That offense, Travis Etienne, Brian Thomas Jr., you have Jacoby Myers to that. Parker Washington, who's been balling out a little bit. Jacksonville can make some noise in the playoffs. Trevor Lawrence is a player who's not being considered for MVP. That should be. That should be. They've been on a hot winning streak. They have. They've been on a crazy run right now. Crazy run. And I don't think it's a hot take to say that most of that is because of Trevor Lawrence. Most of their games have been because of that man. I think he deserves some consideration for MVP. In my opinion, I feel like he does. He played it in big time moments against Denver, beat him. Big time moments against the Chiefs, beat him. Yeah, Jacksonville, they could be a real threat come playoff time. They are a real threat. The only reason I say that maybe not, I have him only at 5, is can you trust him during the playoffs? Can you trust Trevor Lawrence in the playoffs? They do play the Bills, but can you trust Trevor Lawrence? That's a question we have had answered yet, because he hasn't proven it in the playoffs. He's proven it in the regular season that he can do it, but can he do it in time when it comes to the playoffs? We will see. But number 4, the 4th most dangerous team in the NFL is the San Francisco 49ers. Let me tell y'all, the Niners, that game against the Seahawks, yes, looked bad for the Niners, but do not think of them as that one of those teams. Don't, because they're going to beat you if you think that. Because Brock Purdy, let me tell you, Brock Purdy has proven me wrong. He is not just a system quarterback. He's proven. He just proved it in the last 3 games. I didn't think he played bad in that game. There was just nothing he could have done better for his team to win. I really don't think so. That game against the Bears and the Colts. In those 2 games combined, Brock Purdy threw 10 touchdowns. He threw 5 touchdowns in each of those games. 5. They said he hasn't done that since high school. Since high school. But let me remind you of something. Against one of the best teams in the NFC, against the Bears, they beat them. Without George Kittle. Without some of their best weapons. Brock Purdy did it himself in that game. Brock Purdy did it himself in that game. He did it. And now, coming into the playoffs, they're going to get Trent Williams back, which is a big loss for them. They'll have him back. I don't know. They might get I don't know if they'll get Pearsall back. I'm sure. I think they will. They'll get him back as well. But yeah, Niners. They look pretty dangerous. They got, I think Frank Warner's coming back as well. His guys on defense are also coming back. I do believe. But I still think that defense no matter who's on the field, is still the defense because of Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh, who should stay as a defensive coordinator because he didn't really prove himself great as a head coach. He's a great defensive coordinator. But yeah, Kyle Shanahan could also be a very good candidate for Coach of the Year. But him and Robert Saleh can get the job done. They can definitely do it. They are a franchise, they're a great organization that can get the job done. And just like what I said about the Bills, the Niners could have won, well, one of those games with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy gave the team their chance. He scored in the last drive that he could. Just the Chiefs did their thing also. Brock Purdy took them to score in that Super Bowl. Just like the Bills. Maybe the only reason they didn't do that is because of the Chiefs. And again, the Chiefs aren't in there. Could we be talking about that? And don't overlook the 49ers' experience in the playoffs either. But the third most dangerous team in the playoffs is the Denver Broncos. Let me tell y'all, that defense is also scary. Pat Surtain, he is back and healthy. The Broncos are a good football team. Do not overlook them. Do not. That defense. Nick Bonito. Who is he? He's shown you who he is. Before the season, you had no clue. But he showed up this year. That defense showed up this year. They really did show up. They showed up. And they got to it. They got to the ball. But that offense, a lot of people hate on Bo Nix. I like Bo Nix. He has his poor moments. He does. But man, Bo Nix, like, he's done some really good things. He's played some really good football. Like, what are we talking about? This guy is balling this year and gets no love and no consideration. He's been balling. Yes, they lost to Jacksonville. I thought that was a really big loss for them, though. But, man, I'm telling y'all, Sean Payton as well can do it. Sean Payton is definitely one of the reasons they are the most dangerous team in the playoffs. Is because he is one of the best coaches in the NFL. He is. He's done it. He made Jameis Winston look like an MVP quarterback. He did. If it wasn't for the Jameis Winston injury, he could have been MVP that year. What if? I know. But man, Denver is a dangerous team because of their defense. And because of Sean Payton. I like Bo Nix. Courtland Sutton has been underratedly good this year. Him as well. And that running game ain't bad either. They got some underrated guys there. But hey, Denver. And the second most dangerous team. And these two teams, I believe, will be in the NFC Championship game when it's all said and done. And the second most dangerous team in the NFL is the Los Angeles Rams. The Los Angeles Rams. Look, y'all. Davante Adams will be back. Will be back. He'll be back, man. He'll be back in that offense. That offense is the most scariest offense in the league. With Matthew Stafford, Kyron Williams, and Blake Corum. With Davante Adams back. Puka Nacua, who I believe right now is the best receiver in the league. Could be a little bit of a hot take, I know. But did y'all see that catch they had against Atlanta? I know it wasn't called a catch, but I felt like it was a catch. Still, the effort to catch that ball one-handed, dog. Come on. That play alone showed me he is one of the best in the league. But dude, this team, this offense is so good. So good. The only thing that worries me is the defense. Their defense does have their moments. They can play good football. They don't have any household names. But, I don't know. Their secondary is questionable. Jared Verse, he's a great player. A young guy. But the secondary is very does worry me. It does worry me. But I do believe that offense, Sean McVay, they can get the job done. They are, man, one of the most scariest offenses I've seen in a little bit because of Davante Adams and Puka. But man, they are dangerous because of that offense. And if you haven't guessed it yet, the most dangerous team in the NFL, in the playoffs, is the Seattle Seahawks. Let me tell y'all, the Seattle Seahawks are the most dangerous team in the playoffs. Because, man, that defense is good. That defense is so good. Dog, I can't say it enough. That defense is, man. They got Devon Witherspoon, who's a really good corner. Tariq Woolen, I think that's how you say it, who's also been balling. The rookie from South Carolina, the safety, been balling. Man, do you guys know that the Seattle Seahawks, there are 15 different players with sacks? 15 players on that defense have sacks. There's 11 guys on offense. Some of the backups are getting in there. Somehow, the whole defense, all the 11 players have a sack. The secondary, the linebackers, the defensive tackles, they all have sacks. Bruh. That's scary. That defense is physical. Physical. They know how to hit. They know how to tackle. They are dangerous. That defense is dangerous. And don't, not even for a second, overlook the Seattle Seahawks offense. Because Sam Darnold has been proving himself that the Vikings made a mistake. The Vikings made a mistake. That is what Sam Darnold's been doing. He's been balling all season long. Balling all season long. Let me tell y'all, that running game as well is scary also. Kenneth Walker. Let's talk about some Kenneth Walker, man. Kenneth Walker is so good. He doesn't get any credit. The man is just always injured. Has something. Kenneth Walker was a definite reason why they beat the Niners. Definite reason why they beat the Niners. He is a baller. The way he running, the offensive line is so much better than it's been in a lot of years. But still, the way he ran the football, really good. Zach Charbonnet as well. Really good. Really good running back. Had a really good touchdown. That move they made was crazy. That stop and go was pretty. But yeah, and don't also. Now, if I was the NFL, the committee, this would be my MVP, and that's Jackson Smith Njigba, JSN for short. Let me tell y'all, this guy has not had a bad game yet. Jackson Smith Njigba, if I was running in the NFL, he would be my MVP. In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. He should be MVP. Saquon Barkley should have won it last year. That is the only reason I don't think he will. But he should. We need to give it to these skill players sometimes. We gotta give it to these skill players sometimes. But yeah, man. And don't forget about Cooper Kupp. He is getting a little bit older, but he has the experience. He has the playoff experience. He has the Super Bowl experience as well. He can get it done. And don't forget about Rashid Shaheed. That man is fast. The need for speed, the need for Shaheed. He's a former Saint. I've seen it before, man. He can ball. He can ball. The crazy thing about him, he was a track star and learned football in the NFL and became a great player. A great player. But yeah, if they play like a team like the Eagles, that guy could be, because they got those two good corners, Rashid Shaheed could be a big part of that game. A big part of that game. But yeah, I think the Seahawks are the most dangerous team in the NFL. Man, there's a reason they have the 1 seed. That defense is physical. That whole team as a whole is physical. They know how to hit. They know how to tackle. And they ain't afraid to do it either. Man, I don't know if you saw, but Kenneth Walker had a scar on his arm after he against the Niners. Let me tell y'all, we will be doing our NFL playoff predictions later, going into this week. But I want to do the most dangerous team. And don't get me wrong, this is not saying one of these teams is going to the Super Bowl. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying what I'm seeing is these teams are the most dangerous, in my opinion, and what I think. I'm not saying that they're going to lose. That's not what I'm saying. It could happen. very well could happen. But I think that is a pretty good list in my opinion. No bias. There's really not any bias because the Saints aren't in it. But yeah, or the Ravens. Just playing guys. Just playing. But yeah, that's the list. Let me know what you guys think. Hit up in the comment section. Like, subscribe, do all that jazz. We'll be back with some more videos in the upcoming weeks. Got playoff predictions. Got maybe some wrestling videos coming up. And maybe a little bit in the future. Of course, don't forget we'll be here with some fake videos too. Make sure you guys check that out for real. Like for real, check those out too. I know football and wrestling is always fun to talk about. My man, God, Jesus is the most important thing on this planet. Don't ever forget that. You guys know I love to talk about wrestling and football, but man, God and Jesus, man, Jesus Christ is really the most important thing on this earth right now. He gives you the peace. Look, he's not going to give you everything. There's going to be times where you feel down in the dumps, but let me tell you, God is always there. God is always with you. He's the most important thing in this world right now. Let me tell you. But yeah. With that being said, that's the end of this video. I pray for you guys, your 2026. I hope you go crush your goals, you go achieve your dreams. In this year, you go do those things. You get to work and get ready to go. But yeah, we'll be trying so much harder on this podcast to level up, to grow this. It's really big for me in 2026 to be able to grow this. So if you guys don't mind, please subscribe, like, comment if you want, but especially share some of my faith videos with someone you know, your friends or family that might not know Christ, or maybe one of your friends that knows Christ, that you guys like talking about faith together. Please do so. Please go share it. Not just because of me, but because I want to help people. I want people to know who Jesus is. I want people, like I said, I want to inspire and lead people to Christ. That's what I want to do, and that's what this podcast is for. Yes, I love to talk about wrestling and football, but man, that's why I do this. And thanks for joining me again, once again. God bless y'all. Remember, stay on business, y'all.